Okay, I was going to show you guys how to find your colors for your brand guide. So if you go into the modules, week 1, let's see, am I in the right course? Let's get in the right course. Week 1, you can see the link to the brand guide. If we click on that, you want to make a copy before filling it out, so you go to File, Make a Copy from the top menu. Make sure you've read the How to Build a Brand and Establish Brand Consistency lecture slides, and then take the quiz before filling this out. That's a Google Doc, so if we click on this is due on Tuesday. Make sure to make a copy, so File, Make a Copy. Okay, now we can start filling it out. You can delete this. You're not going to put the company logo in there yet. Let's put in a company name. You know, whatever name your company has, and then your name here. Okay. And then we can do, you know, brand name. Just follow along, read these things, enter your brand purpose. If you need help figuring your brand purpose, promise, values, you can use ChatGPT to help you come up with ideas. Just remember to prompt ChatGPT, give it a lot of information so that it can give you good ideas, and then further refine your favorite ideas with further prompts. Brand personality. The logo is we're going to leave this blank. You can go ahead and find the colors though. So we're going to want the RGB, CMYK, and hex values for those colors. The primary brand colors, I wouldn't go over 2 or 3 tops for primary brand colors. Extended color palette is not as important, but you can put two extra colors in there if you want. And then you can fill in the color ratios. This is important. Maybe, you know, 80% black, blue, and 10% or 20% red, or whatever you think here in the color ratio, depending on how many colors you're working with. But let's go ahead and go into Canva. I'll show you. I like to just kind of bring in a couple boxes to figure out my colors. I think it's easier probably to work with 2 colors for brands. If you want to go 3, earlier I came up with this combination. It's a complementary color scheme. Complementary color schemes tend to work pretty well for branding, so if you want to research complementary color schemes and find one that you like, that will work. So if we hover over this, you can see that's the hex value. So 5E17EB. So I want to write that down, and then we can look up a color converter. The ConvertiColor is a really nice one, and if we put our hex code in here, which I did here, but I'll just copy it, it will give me the RGB value and the CMYK, plus, you know, we want to have the hex value. So I can copy these with this copy here, and then I can hop over into my brand guide and, you know, come here, and so that's the hex, and then we can go back over and grab the RGB, put that in, and then we'll get the CMYK value and put that in. Okay, and then we can even take a screenshot. So Shift-Command-4 on a Mac, you can use the snip tool on a Windows. Take a little screenshot of that, and I can insert it here. That's too big, so we'll bring that down. And then we could do the same thing, the same process with the yellow color. So if I go into here and I hover over E6B C12, okay, there's that. So And then we can copy these over one at a time. We don't need the HSL, but the RGB, CMYK, and hex values should be included, plus maybe a screenshot of your color in the brand color area. If you want to add in extended colors, you can add them here, and then in the same way. And then the color ratio should be entered here. I do want you to fill out the color ratio. Mine would be probably like 80% purple and 20% yellow, or maybe even like 15% yellow. Maybe I want to have white, 5% white, something like that. White isn't necessarily a color, but something like that. So try to put some color ratios. And then your fonts are another thing that I was going to talk about in this video. So if we go back, it helps to go into Canva and just go into the text area, drag in a subheading, and start highlighting this and finding fonts that you like. You can go with a more decorative heading as long as it's for your primary font. I actually found one that I really liked. Oops. It's in the tab. Let's see if I can type it in here. Here it is. There it is. It's bold. It works pretty well for like a headline font, and it's readable, but it's decorative too. And then drag in another subheading. This will probably be more like body copy. So this one's Montserrat is the second one that I really liked, which I can. I think this one is nice because it has so many different styles, which is great, especially for a body copy. I don't know if I spelled that right. It only has one T. So these two, and the uses of these would be, this would be like a headline font because it's bold and decorative, and then a really easy to read body copy font that has a lot of different weights available to it is a nice one to pick for a body copy font. So, but once I know, these, I can copy paste the names and bring them into my style guide once I figure them out. But like I said, you can create text boxes and then kind of go through the list and just see what you like and experiment with different fonts. Just make sure they're legible. This one's not very legible, so that's why I didn't go with that one, but I think I did experiment with that one. So that's kind of how you might go about finding your colors, finding your hex values with Convert-A-Color and RGB and CMYK values, and then how you might go about finding your font pairs. Your font pairs are going to look good together. Hopefully these two will look nice together. And if you need to look up a little information on a font pair, just go ahead and Google it, and that will give you some tips on creating a successful font pair. Usually, some contrast is necessary for fonts to look good next to each other. This one's thick, and it has serifs, which are these little hooks at the end of the letter forms, and this is a sans serif, so it doesn't have the hooks as much, and it's a little bit thinner. So they look good together. So yeah, that's kind of how you would pick out your fonts and your colors. All right, talk to you later. Bye.